Dear students, in this video I am going to discuss about hydrocarbon and different types of hydrocarbons. First, hydrocarbon. What is hydrocarbon? Hydrocarbon is the organic compounds containing only carbon and hydrogen. So, hydrocarbon is organic compounds containing only carbon and hydrogen. This hydrocarbon can be classified as saturated hydrocarbon and unsaturated hydrocarbon. Saturated hydrocarbon and unsaturated hydrocarbon. Saturated hydrocarbons. In saturated hydrocarbons, we can see that there are only single carbon-carbon covalent bond. So, carbon-carbon single bond only contain in case of saturated hydrocarbon. What is unsaturated hydrocarbon? Actually, in unsaturated hydrocarbon, we can see that there are covalent double or triple bond. Okay, so in unsaturated hydrocarbon covalent double or triple bond present. So when in a compound we get only carbon carbon single bond, then in those hydrocarbon in which only carbon carbon single bond present, those hydrocarbon are called saturated hydrocarbon, and the hydrocarbon which contain covalent double or triple bond are called unsaturated hydrocarbon. Now, saturated hydrocarbons are called alkene. Saturated hydrocarbons are called alkene, and when we do the nomenclature, we can see that in case of alkene, after word root we use "n" as in suffix. Okay, so what is word root? I hope you all know word root actually represent the number of carbon atom in the compound. Number of carbon atom in the compound. Like in case of compound containing one carbon, we use meth. In 2, eth, 3, prop, 4, but, 5, pent, etc. Okay, so after word root we use "n" as an suffix. Okay, so in case of saturated hydrocarbon, in case of alkane, we use a general formula, that is CnH2n plus 2. N denotes the number of carbon atom. So according to number of carbon atom, we can calculate the number of hydrogen, that is 2n plus 2. So general formula is CnH2n plus 2, and N denotes the number of carbon atom. If we just put n equal to 1 here, then we can get CH4. If we put n equal to 2, we can get C2H6. These all are the alkene, and their nomenclature are according to their number of carbon atom, just put as word root and then n as suffix. So this is 1 carbon, that is methane, that is 2 ethane, that is propane, etc. Okay, and in remember that as it contain only carbon carbon single bond, this n can be greater than equal to 1. Okay, in case of alkane, n can be greater than equal to 1. Okay, now alkenes and alkynes. Alkenes and alkynes are the two types of unsaturated hydrocarbon. So unsaturated hydrocarbon are of two types. One is alkenes and secondly alkynes. Must you remember that in case of alkenes, at least one double bond present there. In case of alkenes, at least one double bond present there, and in case of alkynes, at least one triple bond present there. Okay, so when triple bond present in an unsaturated hydrocarbon, it is called as alkynes, and in case of hydrocarbon present at least one double bond, this is known as alkenes. Okay, So general formula of alkenes is CnH2n. N also denotes the number of carbon atom, and in case of alkynes, CnH2n minus 2. CnH2n minus 2. Now alkenes. In case of alkenes and alkynes both, as there is a present one double or triple bond, so carbon does not form double or triple bond with hydrogen, you all know. So there must be minimum 2 carbon atom. There must be minimum 2 carbon atom. So in case of alkenes and alkynes, n greater than equal to 2. Minimum number of carbon atom is 2. Okay. Now in case of alkenes, if we put n equal to 2, then we get C2H4. Okay. If you get 3, then C3H6. And you must remember that in case of nomenclature, you just put in as suffix, and in case of alkynes, you put "-ine" as suffix. First, this is contain 2 carbon atom, so that is means eth as word root, and as it is in alkene, we use in, so it is C2H4 means ethene. Okay, we do in the nomenclature part video. Okay, next, in case of alkynes, you see that the general formula of alkynes is CnH2n minus 2, and if you put n equal to 2, we get C2H2, that is commonly known as acetylene or ethyne. Okay, if you put 3, C3H4 we got. Okay, and you must remember that in case of alkynes, after word root we use "-ine", Y-N-E, this word. Okay, now you must remember this point only. Classification of hydrocarbon on the basis of carbon skeleton. Carbon skeleton means this type of C bond, this type of is known as carbon skeleton. So classification of hydrocarbon on the basis of carbon skeleton. First, straight chain hydrocarbon. In straight chain hydrocarbon, there is no branching like this. So there is no branching here. So these are straight chain hydrocarbon. In case of branched chain hydrocarbon, you must see one branching. See here in this carbon skeleton there is a branching. So these are branched chain hydrocarbon. In case of 1, 2 and 3, no branch chain hydrocarbon can occur. 1, 2, 3 means number of carbon atom. So branch chain hydrocarbon occur when in a compound carbon atom is greater than equal to 4. So number of carbon atom is greater than equal to 4, then we can get branch chain hydrocarbon. Okay, next, closed chain or cyclic. Closed chain or cyclic hydrocarbon means this chain is closed like this type of C, this type of bond. Okay, so these type of are closed chain or cyclic hydrocarbons. These are also two types. One, alicyclic hydrocarbons, and secondly aromatic hydrocarbon. Alicyclic hydrocarbon means actually the hydrocarbon contain minimum 3 number of carbon and contain one ring chain. Okay, and these are like aliphatic hydrocarbons, and but they form a ring and minimum carbon number is 3. And another is aromatic hydrocarbon. You just remember this type of hydrocarbon only names, and you just understood the different types. And aromatic hydrocarbon, in case of aromatic hydrocarbon, these have at least one benzene ring in their molecule. Actually benzene rings you just read details in higher class about aromaticity. For this, these are called aromatic hydrocarbon. In this class 10, you just remember that this type of aromatic hydrocarbon contains at least one benzene ring like structure. Benzene ring like structure means this type of structure is benzene ring structure. You can see like this in different books. This is benzene ring structure. Okay, you just remember this classification of hydrocarbon on the basis of carbon skeletons, and you must read the types of hydrocarbon based on saturation, that is saturated hydrocarbons, unsaturated hydrocarbons, and different types of unsaturated hydrocarbons very carefully. Okay.